That's why we waited. So anybody watching this video, wait to about like the middle of the credits.
There is a mid-credit scene. Fair warning.
Yeah, there is a mid-credit scene. So wait. And then once you see said scene, then you leave.
Yes.
Because if you leave, you're going to miss something.
Right.
Now, and you don't want to miss that part. No. That's all I'm going to say about it. But back to our regularly scheduled lineup for this whole shebang. So, we talked about culture. We talked about physique. We talked about language.
I would just want to say, as someone who is technically of Maya descent,
right? Did it do justice?
Because I'm
in representation.
Truthfully, I'm not as like steeped in the culture like people who are from those villages,
right?
Because reasons, okay. However, I'm really into learning about the culture, learning about the mythology and all that stuff, the folk tales and whatnot.
Yeah,
and I thought it was really cool. The aesthetics of it was dope. Okay.
Yeah,
I love the costume designs. I love how they incorporated like the jade.
Same.
Stuff, you know, that was. Really
I was gonna get into that. Yeah,
I loved how they did his headdress, which was really cool to me.
Yeah,
I just like the whole idea.
You know what sorry to cut you off, but you know what I liked. I was gonna get into costume design, but since you mentioned it, I guess we can get into it. Right. So, costume design. Okay. First of all, I would like to say, whoever did the costume design for him, like, I like the whole necklace situation, like that piece alone. I was like, oh, that is stacked. Because I was thinking the whole time, I was like, I couldn't get a good look at it. This is why I want the DVD. Because I really want to pause and see if it's all either one piece or individual pieces.
No, from what I can see, it looks like it's all one piece.
Because that's a lot.
Right.
That was a lot. It like literally went all up to his freaking neck.
It's like a thing like this, and then he had like a chain of like
and then it just goes all the way up. So that's why I was like yo, that's lit.
It was like a beaded necklace, and I think some of them were like from what I could tell, it was the cowrie shells. It looked like cowrie shells almost, or like seashells.
Yeah,
or like gold. That was like,
and that's the part where I couldn't get a good look at that part. Yeah, that's why I was trying to like really like look at it. You know what I'm saying? I do like the detail of all of his pieces.
Yeah,
because it was very important, like very, very important to not only the culture but the character. You know what I'm saying?
They even like put like a snake motif on the like metal piece, which again makes sense because they call him Kukulkan, which is the feathered serpent god in mythology. So it's just like I love how they incorporated the snake motif into like his costume, which was great.
Yeah, I do like the headpiece. The headdress was like,
that was so cool. That must have been.
I said, yeah, that's what I was thinking the whole time. I said, I know that man don't want to be like a bobblehead up in that thing, trying to, you know. I was trying to figure out if they like made it a little bit lighter, or if they like had it like taped down to his head, because I don't think we ever saw
a chin strap on it. Like if you like, I was eagle-eyed for this. Okay, it does tie under the chin.
Okay.
Okay. But what I was wondering, because I'm wondering if maybe the feathers were like CGI'd in, or was it like an actual whole big head?
That may have been the real deal, because you know in these films they don't really CGI any feathers in anything.
Right, because like I know like for Namora, her headpiece with the feathers was like a real thing from like behind the scenes things that they've posted to the internet. So maybe they did, but I thought it was just really cool though. Just looking at it, it looked heavy.
It did.
It looked really heavy.
I did. It did. But you want to know what's crazy? Like the whole time, you know how people were like, "Oh, they were cropping the man's package and all that stuff," and I'm just like, I just want to know why he's wearing these tiny. The whole thing that was in my mind was, why is he wearing these tiny shorts? Like, yeah, I know he lives in the water.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not expecting him to wear like
everyone else is wearing, because everyone else is wearing like what you'd expect traditional Maya inspired clothing. He's the only one wearing, basically, instead of tidy whities, he's wearing tidy greenies. I don't know. He's wearing hoochie daddy shorts, basically.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. But I guess I think it worked out. Because he always wore, because he always wore something, you know what I mean, to cover the front and the back, you know what I'm saying, which is greatly appreciated. It was done in good taste. It was still it was still giving the ladies and the guys a little something, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the same time, it was like, okay, we got to keep this classy because we're representing, you know, a whole culture. You know,
and it's supposed to be family friendly.
Yeah, that too. That too. But of course, the Wakandans' attire is always gonna be top tier.
Of course,
you know what I'm saying. Always gonna be fire. However, when I tell you, I don't know how. I need to look up who did the costume design. Because
I think her name is Ruth Carter, I believe, is the name of the costume designer.
Because, well, shout out to Ruth. If that's who did everything,
because I'm not sure. I know she did. If that's the person, I think she did specifically Wakanda. I don't know if she was involved with the Talokan part. Probably she was. I'm sure she.
Yeah.
I watched the because they had a special on, I think, ABC. That was just about the movie and how they, you know, like behind the scenes type stuff. And they did get like consultation from people that are involved with like the culture and stuff like that. So I think maybe, yeah. But I think
I'm looking it up now. Black Panther 2 costume designer.
And the cool part is one of the things that I learned.
It's Ruth Carter. Yeah. It's Ruth Carter. Shout out to the Black Queen.
Okay.
Ruth Carter. Because, goodness gracious. So, it says that she did that. She definitely did that. She said that she wanted to make she had to elevate, of course, the character's looks, but also make everything functional while wet underneath the water,
right
under the sea, so to speak.
Like I saw a video on TikTok of Namora's dress that she wears in the film, and it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Like underwater,
they did a really good job.
Pretty.
They did a really good job. Like, you gotta understand something. Like, for you to be like, even outside of watching a film, but seeing the overall design, like that same reaction that you're like, oh my gosh, I'm mesmerized and captivated. I want it. I want it. You know what I'm saying? It's all a thing to make people pay attention to how costume designers really work within the elements, because she really had to work with the elements. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, the way she went ahead and just said, all right, this is what we're going to do for this person, that person, just individually, like that. I know that alone had to take so much time. Right. You know what I'm saying? to kind of get all those garments together.
Yeah.
But kudos to Ruth Carter.
Too. Kudos to her, because
kudos to her. Kudos to her. Keep her. Ryan Coogler, if you ever watch this, keep Ruth in your back pocket.
Hello.
Because you will never go wrong. If you do another Marvel movie, which most likely will happen, because holla at you girls, because listen, hello, but listen, we gotta let's talk, my boy. But I don't know, because he not on social media. Somebody that know Ryan, slide in my DMs. Not like that, but slide in my DMs on business, on the business
side.
Hello.
Let's do, yeah.
Because we got a lot of projects here. Okay, we got a lot of projects here,
and you know that it'll always have flavor.
Hello, seasoned, very well.
Salt Bay on, okay.
Even if you got to get your people in and be like, hey, get with my writers. All right, cool. When and where?
We're down, okay? We're down.
We could be at a bed and breakfast. We're there. But anyway, back to the whole shebang. So we talked about costumes. We talked about characters a little bit. Storyline. They flipped the switch on us.
Undefeated, okay? Undefeated plot line. From start to finish. Is a wild ride from start to finish.
Roller coaster.
And everybody's talked about it, you know. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we all know the whole thing with Chadwick and everything. So the whole film revolves around this theme of grief. You know?
Right.
And it was a beautiful send-off for the character of T'Challa and and in essence, Chadwick.
Yeah.
You know? We're not going to get too into the plot line because, you know, spoilers.
Yeah.
But it was
all you I think all you really need to know is that you know that with grief comes other emotions, right? And that's all I can really say because I want to say more.
Different ways of dealing with said emotions.
Exactly.
Right. Each character deals with their grief in a myriad of ways.
Yeah.
And the movie does show that. So, you know, like I said before, grab your tissues, be prepared for everything. Okay.
Had a Kleenex on deck.
On deck.
Period. But so I guess does that wrap up this video?
Well, I wanted to mention how I thought it was really cool how they decided what they decided on for the real life cultural inspiration for Telecom, because I know in the comics it's based off of like Greco-Roman type stuff because it's the city of Atlantis, basically, right? Which I thought it was a neat touch. I know some people that are like comic purists and stuff wanted it to have that Greco-Roman thing and were really upset about the casting of Namor and the fact that they were using Mesoamerican inspiration for it. I thought it was a nice touch because you don't often see anything about Aztec or Maya mythology in popular media. It's usually like Greco-Roman, it's Norse, Japanese, Chinese, perhaps.
Right.
Even though I don't really see Chinese mythology really touched upon outside of like dragons, but you know, you don't really see Mesoamerican myth being, or even just native myth being used in popular media. So I thought that was a really cool touch, you know. So and then it kind of in a way lines up to how, you know, the god that they use, the Kukulkan, the feathered serpent god, Quetzalcoatl in Aztec mythology, right? Being like this feathered serpent, and you know how they use that whole aesthetic of him being like this god, right? Which makes sense based on his backstory, right? In the film. And then, you know, just them, and then on top of that, them using the Maya, specifically the Yucatec Maya language in the film.
Right.
And then, what else? Like a lot of it just, it was really cool to see because like they call it Talocan, the city, and it's based off of, I believe it's like the Aztec heaven, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. And the whole theme of like the Talok, which is, I'm probably mispronouncing it, but he's the rain god in Aztec mythology, which kind of works because Namor is kind of like this underwater dude, right? He's associated with water. So it's like really cool. Whereas, and then on top of that, Kukulkan is kind of like, / Quetzalcoatl is kind of like this benevolent kind of god, right? He's like the good guy, right, in the eyes of his followers and stuff, you know. Even in the stories. So it kind of, it really fits in with Namor.
It does. It does.
Because it does. How, you know, if again, watch the film, but you see that benevolence in the film, you know.
Right.
So really, I thought that whole thing was really cool. And they also got native, because of the special, they actually got native artists from Mexico. To use them in the soundtrack. And they also worked with, I think, maybe some historians and stuff.
They did.
As far as like the
getting the language right. All of that.
To get an idea of what the musical instruments would have sounded like. And so they did all of that for the music. And even for but there are people that still speak Yucatec today.
So that's why. That's why I saw that. I saw a part of that where they were talking about how they contacted different people that still speak the language. How they had to reach out to different people because all the music was destroyed. They still kind of did their research to figure out what their music would sound like. And then they created it. And I think that is a beautiful thing for the culture because now they have I want to say a footprint now, and they can create more, you know, music off of that. And now more people are going to be 10 times more enlightened on the language. You know what I'm saying? And now that language can be like a universal thing because now more people are going to want to learn that language. You know what I'm saying? And that is so important. And that's what I love about films like this. People don't see or they don't really realize the importance of culture. You know what I'm saying? Of course, like with you, you're not really like, you know, into it like as much as you want to, but you could still dive into it if you really wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Because it is important and it is a part of who you are. You know what I'm saying? If, you know, Wakanda was the place and whatever, and I wanted to learn their native tongue and, you know, all that stuff, then I would learn it. For you, this is a real language. You know what I'm saying? This is a real thing for you. This is not a make-believe world. This is a real world. This is why I'm so happy that this movie actually happened and that it was created, because not only for people like you that want to get more in tune into who you truly are, you know what I mean? From your background, from your way back to your ancestors, you know what I'm saying? I'm really into like learning about your culture, learning where you came from. That's why I'm talking so passionately, guys, because I love this for her, because she wants to learn a little bit more about who she is. You know what I'm saying? Because she doesn't she didn't have anything. Now she has something. You know how excited I am? I want to learn the stuff as she's learning it. So
which is really cool.
That's why it's so important.
Like what the first Black Panther did for people of the African diaspora, and not even not even people who left Africa, who were even people that are still in Africa. It was like, you know, that culture being in multiple cultures, because Wakanda has different tribes. It's all of those tribes and cultures that were in that they got their inspiration from for those tribes. It's being put on a world stage because the lucrativeness of Marvel. So now everybody's seeing that it's not like, again, like with the first Black Panther, everyone's not seeing it as, oh, these are primitive people and all the stereotypes that are perpetuated about the continent of Africa. You know? And with this, it's kind of doing a similar thing where it's instead of just Africa, it's also Mesoamerica, specifically Maya, but also really any indigenous group, really, because let's be real, all First Nations peoples, we all work together as one big thing, that we're this and third from the time of colonialism. Let's be real, okay?
Yes.
And we all live in teepees and all this other stuff, and it's like that's not how it is.
Right.
You know, and then, you know, just everybody is each culture is different. And it's just, this is just showing one of the many different, essentially native tribes of the Americas, and putting it on the world stage. And I'm just here for it, you know.
I'm just,
and it also prompts people to you know, dig deeper into those cultures, because, you know, and you know, ask questions.
Yeah. And one more thing before we go. This is the reason why both the things that me and Hughton have said, it all boils down to this. This is why Hollywood needs to realize how important representation is for everyone's culture, right? Mainly the people's culture who have erased. You know what I'm saying? It is important for the little native girl sitting on the floor watching shows to see herself. You know what I'm saying? It's important for the little Black girl, the little brown girl, all boy, girl, man, woman. Okay? All the spices, you know what I'm saying? In the seasoned foods in the world. All those people that are like looking and waiting for their people to pop up on the screen. This is why it's important. Shout out to Ryan Coogler and his team. Shout out to the cast and crew. Shout out to the costume designers. Shout out to everybody that had their hands in this film. Black Panther 1, 2,
and beyond.
Just the whole shebang, and beyond.
Let's be, you know what I'm saying? There's probably going to be another one, and I'm going to be here for the next one too.
Hello. I will be too. And, you know, any films that were a part of the MCU and not, but that have literally placed a blueprint for everybody else to say, okay, I want to shake the culture up a little bit. Because we're tired of seeing faces on screen. You know what I mean? We need to start seeing...
necessarily say that. We're tired of not seeing ourselves represented.
Diverse. We want to see diversity.
And not just for diversity's sake, y'all.
But representation.
Because what I'm tired of seeing is people just being thrust into these roles. Diverse people being thrust into certain roles, and it's just like, as if to say, here's your XYZ
token this person
for this thing. Can we get like good stories written for these characters.
Exactly.
Quality
stories that mean something.
Exactly.
Stories that literally mean something.
Not something Can we get surface level? Oh yeah, let's just throw this person in the background or something like that. That's not what
nobody wants a Kraft mac and cheese story. Okay, right. We want Big Mama's mac and cheese, the seasoned one,
healthy.
Okay, exactly, with the 35 cheeses. That's the one we want. Okay, with the one that everybody loves and enjoys and goes back and gets more of.
We're not trying to get the potato salad with the raisins in it.
We're not.
That is a reference. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, SNL. Anyway,
we're not.
We're not. We don't want the potato salad with the raisins in it. We want the good, hearty deliciousness of potato salad.
Right. So with that being said, we hope that you guys thoroughly enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also, do what, Hugin?
Hit that notification bell. Ding. Make sure you click on all notifications. And follow us on our social medias, which will be linked in the description box down below. Twitter and Instagram, okay?
Exactly. And we will see you guys in the next video.
Peace.